It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Dallas Cowboys and the Seattle Seahawks. And it's all up next.
It is loud and it is wet as we welcome you inside Lumen Field on your standard rain-filled afternoon in Seattle, Washington. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one, as it'll be the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Seattle Seahawks. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, this was a team after the Russell Wilson trade that looked like they might be bottoming out. But for years, the Seahawks have had great success in the NFL draft, as you well know. And they've used the last few drafts to really restock this roster.
And they certainly have restocked this roster and have gotten back to playing football the way that they want to do it. Seahawks football, which means running the ball with authority on offense. They've added runners, offensive linemen, and now they're just being forceful in the way they're going about their business, the way that they did it when they ran to Super Bowls.
Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, the wait goes on for a Super Bowl appearance. This will be the 28th season since they last won Super Bowl 30 in 1996.
Let's add on to that. They haven't even been to an NFC Championship game since 1996. And you know, that does not sit well in the owner's box for the Dallas Cowboys, continuing trying to find their way back to the top of the mountain.
Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And off we go from Seattle. This fielded right at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So the Cowboys ready to go on offense for the first time, and it is their now 30-year-old quarterback, Dak Prescott, who leads the way.
And how about the toughness of Dak Prescott? We see it all the time on the field. And remember when he had that serious ankle injury, would he return to form? Boy, did he ever. And he was better than ever, and that's great for the NFL. Terrific resilience, playing at a high level, capable of winning a championship with his arm and his legs.
A Pro Bowler for the first time in 2022. Here's Tony Pollard. And this is going to be a Cowboys first down as he'll take this up to about the 33-yard line. Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon.
Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Going to run again here with Pollard. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Prescott now on second down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Ferguson. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 42. 23 yards the pickup there. Well, the first drive here and the first time that we've called the big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers will get involved as this game goes on.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. Gets around him and shedding the tackle, and now some room. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. You were telling me this yesterday. That's exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Prescott, that's over the middle to Schoonmaker. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to bring up second down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Prescott now. He finds his man, complete. That's Ferguson. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And now we've got a 3rd and 3.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. Taken at the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. So the Seahawks ready to take over on offense, and it is a first-time Pro Bowler who leads them out, Charles, in his 11th year now, Geno Smith.
I still remember back in 2013 when he was drafted out of West Virginia. He was coming off of back-to-back 4,000-yard seasons for the Mountaineers. Hadn't seen as much game time in recent years, but at one point, a capable starter in the NFL.
Now Smith and the Seahawks going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 21. The leading rusher among rookies a season ago. Here's Kenneth Walker. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 4. Throwing now is Geno. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Now it's Smith. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Pollard will take it up the gut. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
A 2nd down throw for Prescott. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Here's Prescott. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they'll have it in the red red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Prescott and Lamb hooking up for the Cowboy first.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Reek Witham. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Charles, one thing that he referenced to us yesterday was his confidence fitting the ball into any window, but obviously that window was a little too tight and it was closing in a hurry.
And he was talking to us about having anticipation in making those types of throws. Down near the goal line, I don't think you can anticipate it as much as you need to see it open. You've got to be precise with your throws down here in the red zone. That one goes into double coverage, and he gets picked off.
On first down, they'll kick off the drive with Dallas. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. As they've got it as we resume action. Now a throw here, hauled in, and he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Open man, there's Bobo. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Another first down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people who have to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's the 2nd and 8. Now it's Smith off the bootleg. This is caught at the 20. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Here's Smith. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half. But the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Now to the ground. Here's Walker. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Back to throw, Smith. And this a quick slant to Lockett. And the Seahawks are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Well, they've had a great impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who could turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. Geno now to throw. And he finds Lockett in the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Seahawks are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see. Great quality to have, and you absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. But I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just the 2nd drive. They've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one.
Myers connects on the PAT, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Dallas offense set for this next drive. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown. So 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Throw complete right side to Cooks. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 22-yard line.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Throwing, Prescott. Left side to Lamb. And Lamb going to have a Cowboys 1st down as the tackle made right at the 30-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. To throw is Prescott. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the 1st half of play. Here's a 2nd and 5. Prescott yet again. Crossing route complete. Catch made by Cooks. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. And bulldozing his way through. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
At their own 31-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. 1 second, all that remains. And Smith's throw into the hands of Fan. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like right at the 40. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Cowboys out on top. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
Okay, Brandon, back to you guys in just a moment, but welcome everyone to our Creative Village studios in the EA Sports Halftime Report. It was a strong first half for running back Tony Pollard. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. DJ Dallas to return it from his end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Seahawk offense set to go to begin this third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Now Geno. It's caught. Lockett. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Throwing is Smith. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Micah Parsons showing off that elite athleticism as he gets the sack.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
Now a hit and a loose football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. But his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
I feel like you and I could be in our backyard with our dads right now. What did they always say when they were throwing us the ball? Look it all the way in. Make sure you secure it. That had the feeling of not happening there on that play, that he didn't have full control of the ball.
When that punt's coming in, I've never returned punts, but I would imagine it's tough to monitor those guys coming full steam ahead at you.
It really is. You try and get that peek to know where they are about whether you should fair catch it or not. But sometimes you just have to have a sense, a feeling, and just have to make sure, number one, though, you catch the ball and put it away. Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job, and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. 3rd and 2, Smith. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And the Seahawks are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
To throw is Smith. Going right back to Fant. So no gain on the play, and that'll set up 2nd and goal.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Smith now to throw. He finds Smith and Jigba in the end zone for a Seahawk touchdown. A great play there. There to make the grab. And the Seahawks have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter.
So a very strong first drive in the second half, Charles, as they've turned that halftime deficit into a 3rd quarter lead.
And they were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But, boy, they executed awfully well, moving the ball down the field.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead is now 14-10. Touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, You don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it. And he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. 64 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Well, CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react. That was well defended. They clamped down on every available receiver. Just got to give the win to the defense on that snap.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Now Prescott. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Cowboys in possession of the football, but they trail here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
That was for the lead right there. They know they're in a position where fortune favors the brave. So they took their shot, but couldn't connect.
Here's Brian Anger now as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. This will be fielded at the 17. There he goes, left side. And all the way in, touchdown, Seattle. Such an impressive punt return, 83 yards.
And the Seahawks are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead.
So they boost their advantage here in the 4th quarter. And don't get me wrong, you take the points. I guess the only downside is didn't really get to milk any of the clock here in this last quarter.
But they'll take the points because, as you and I both know, here in the 4th quarter, things intensify. And while they may not have taken firm command of the game, it does give them a little bit of a cushion.
The extra point now coming from Myers. It's good, and it's 21-10. Well, it's no secret. That's why they have him return punts. He has the capability to take them back, and he did so there. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff.
Kevontae Turpin now to return. And he returns this to the 22. The Dallas offense back out onto the field. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit.
So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Leek Woolen.
And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
And that pretty much has been the storyline, Charles. This defense, they seem to be one step ahead from the start of the game until now.
And you identified it perfectly, and we can see the frustration that's settling in now. And it's probably been there for a long time. But now it's evident because you can see it in their faces, you can see it in their body language, maybe even a little bit in that play call that ended up maybe closing them out.
And Seattle now ready to march out of the field.
They have to like the position that they are in. Fourth quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Up the middle, here's Walker.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the fourth quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, fourth quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Smith on 3rd down.
That is caught. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Now Gino on 1st down. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Defensive end, DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat.
Remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that can spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
Straight ahead, Walker.
A 4-yard pickup that gets them going forward, but still 15 yards left on 3rd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
Smith and Jigba with a grab.
And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. So on 4th down, here's Jason Myers for the Seahawk field goal. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. Myers' kick is good, and that one still there leading even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. Fighting his way through contact.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
So Dak and the Cowboys down by 2 touchdowns. A little under 1:50 remaining. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance.
Prescott. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
Well, it's pretty difficult to sum it up offense in a 2-minute drill. When your guys have struggled to put points on the board all afternoon, there's an incompletion right there.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now. To throw, Prescott.
They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
Prescott's throw there caught by Gallup.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Here's Dak.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Ferguson. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
2 timeouts remaining, but time is of the essence. Down 2 scores. It's 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Prescott's throw taken in there by Cooks.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play.
They come up now on 2nd and 2. Now Dak.
He finds his man complete. That's Ferguson.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
First down now, but that clock rolling.
Now Prescott. That's dumped off to Pollard.
The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
The ball on the 16 for 2nd and 10. Here's Prescott.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Ferguson.
Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the old expression? That's not quite how I saw it playing out in my head. You know they didn't expect this at all. As you mentioned, went into the half with the lead. Losing the game is one thing. Getting shut out in the second half, that's a surprise.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's a win for the Seahawks here as we say so long from Seattle.